It's always something,
Yeah, it
man.
always something. 5, 4, 3. Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the Relevant Podcast. I'm your host, Sorrell. Got your boy, Avon. It is now Friday, January 20th. About 24 hours, well, not quite 24 hours, one day before the NFL Divisional Round.
Mm,
um,
really?
but before we get to that, you want to express a couple thoughts about last weekend's NFL playoff games?
I mean, last time we talked, I know we said that game with the Bucks and Cowboys could go anyway, but I really didn't think they was gonna lose that game to the Cowboys. It's kind of sick. And Tom Brady definitely should hang it up right now before he destroys his legacy. All the other games I had looking like a blowout. I mean, they probably ended up looking like a blowout, but I didn't think. Oof, 49ers, they shocked me. I thought that game was gonna be easy. Uh, the Bills, that game, ugh, that one caught me by the storm. I thought they were about to lose for a second. Like, there's no way that that game should have been close at all at any point in that game. That really surprised me. I'm just glad I didn't have money on anything. You know.
You ain't lying. My thing is, like you said it last week, but the Cowboys, the Cowboys? Damn, who they
Oh, the
play?
Bucks.
Yeah, the the Cowboys Bucks game. We said it last week that um, you wouldn't be surprised if it went um either way, right? Because the
Also,
Cowboys, right, the Cowboys do cowboy things all the time. Like they would
oh,
lose. That would be the kind of game that they would lose, even though like you know that they're supposed to win that game. But I think the most surprising thing about it is the way Tom Brady looked throughout the whole game.
yeah. Mm,
Like
ah, he needs to retire.
like
He
the
just needs to
the
retire.
the way he looked like the Bucks just randomly went on the street, grabbed somebody, and was like, "Hey, you want to play quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?" And they was like, "All right,
Yeah,
cool."
literally.
That's what he looked like. He looked like somebody that didn't know what they was doing. Like I ain't never seen Tom Brady look like that. I mean, I haven't watched 100% of his games. I mean, you the New England Patriots fan, so I don't know if you
I've
ever seen him look
never,
like that.
never, never, not in a million years would have thought he would have played a game of football like that. Not in the playoffs either. Not in the playoff scenario.
Right. Like this dude, like I just don't understand how he go from looking the way he's always looked to just you remember when Max Kellerman like years ago was like Tom Brady is gonna fall off a cliff one day.
Yeah,
I think we saw the cliff last Monday.
yeah. Or if not a glimpse of it, or
It's
I
like
believe it's coming. I believe it's coming.
this dude, like he couldn't even throw the ball away like properly.
I don't think it's gonna be like a huge like dive off the cliff or just is that Tom Brady? I think it's just gonna be a nice and subtle like we're saying right now, like okay, that doesn't look like Tom Brady. I think it's gonna be a lot of that, and I believe it. I believe it's begun. I think it's already begun. 8 and 9, that's not Tom Brady. That ain't Tom Brady. I don't care what team's on the field. That ain't Tom Brady.
So you said that's not Tom Brady. Then so do you think his bad play this year was him, or you think it was because of
Oh,
the whole team? Because
I,
I got a couple thoughts about what they just did after the loss.
so over there, it's I think it's always a controversy between play and coaching over there. I can't fully put it on him. I know over there it's just I don't see consistent coaching coming from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I never have whatsoever, even when they were winning.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just
So, do you think they should have fired Byron Leftwich?
this season.
Yeah, they just fired him. Yeah. Do you think they should have fired him?
I mean, could 8 and 9? I think anybody can get fired there. So obviously, it's not the ideal situation the team brought you in to do, and you didn't succeed on all cylinders. So yeah, there's grounds to fire, but I, I,
I disagree.
I you can't. I feel like you can't fire him. I feel like when you fire him specifically, you're putting everything on him.
Okay,
Like
okay.
that. Like that's you.
For full disclosure, I think they did fire like a whole bunch of people too. Just for full disclosure.
Right.
But they've had the same like coaching staff since Tom Brady got there, what, in 2020?
Yeah.
So you telling me all of a sudden all them coaches just forgot how to do their job?
That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like with them firing him, they're like, "Hey, that was all you. Like we went to the Super Bowl. We're 8 and 9 now. That's your fault. Like that's just not. If you fail as a coaching staff, that's every single coach on that staff like just failing at their job. And even then, it's just you can't solely put it on one man unless he just was out there like, "Hey, we on 3rd and 15. Let's do a pitch out of bounds or something like that." You can't solely put it on him like that.
Seems like they put it on everybody but Tom Brady and Todd Bowles.
Yeah, that's what he's playing awful. So
All
it's like
right. So
that's what
how
I'm
can
saying. It's you can't really like say, "Hey, this is your fault." I mean, you have one of the greatest quarterbacks out there looking like a backup.
yeah, that man looked like I don't want to say what was that Nathan Peterman? Remember that guy? Remember he threw like
Yeah,
4 picks in like one
that
quarter or something like that.
that honestly, I don't want to say it, but I would take the Jameis Bucks, well, the Jameis Winston Bucks over that, right? Because at least with
They was
Jameis, you would know he's gonna complete something. He's gonna turn it over 100%. But he was bombing it down the field, and Tom is like, um,
I mean, even with
it,
Jameis Winston, they were still 500. They could have went. They went 500. Well, basically 500 this year.
literally. You don't expect that bringing in one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. So you can't put that's not coaching staff. That's he's just playing bad.
So so they essentially brought like after the Super Bowl, they essentially brought back the whole team, right? So this is basically the same team that won the Super Bowl. Uh, Do you think that was a good move? And where do they go from here?
So I feel like me, I always feel like a team should address any issues or errors on the field. So you, I don't think going in, they should be aggressive, like, "Oh, we need to pick up this player, we need to pick up this player," but they need to address problems and then know who the competitor is that they're going to go up with. Like, more than likely, you know a powerhouse of the other conference. So I feel like you should fill spots that you know will help you beat that team. Like I feel like if you know in the NFC you can get through the NFC, I feel like you know you're going to go up with either Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, there's teams that can give them a run. But why wouldn't we go defensive heavy? Like not. Hey, Julio Jones is what we need. Let's get that guy. Like no, I'd rather you go get
Injury
some
riddled
defense.
Julio Jones.
Yeah, some pass rushers to get Mahomes. Help your defense out. get Tom Brady on the field. Maybe Tom Brady can get at least a field goal, and you'll be good. But no, we're getting a Julio Jones. Like,
And Russell Gage. You got two former Falcons on that team on the receiving core.
it, no shot at the Falcons, but it's not like they've been successful. Like they got him like they were gonna help the team. Like I don't know a season where Julio was fully healthy at all. See,
Mm,
you gotta think about it. You can't say, "Oh, boom,
it's
he's good this year."
after the Super Bowl. He has never, from my memory, he after the Super Bowl he had a tough time staying
Yeah.
healthy.
See, and even that season, what didn't he have some injuries?
Probably. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's always had like bad feet or bad like legs. Like his whole lower body is just
bad.
trash.
And then like I said, I feel like every year a team should address something or at least try to get better. You don't have to address the problem, but you can at least get better with a pickup. Like if a pickup doesn't make sense, then that's when you bring the whole team back that you just had. But if there's something out there that can help you, then obviously you go get that guy. But bringing back a whole team
Right.
is just not
And they were
ideal in my head.
and they were all aging when they was. I mean, they were like probably in their prime when they won the Super Bowl, and like
That's what I'm saying.
like
And I feel like,
immediately after the Super Bowl is probably when they all started going on the decline.
yeah, I feel like that Super Bowl was the best games like they could give out of those players at that time because
Mm-hmm.
it's just I didn't expect that out of that team. I'm glad they got their best out of them, but to know that you had those older guys, especially on that defensive side, why would you bring back the same team and not beef it up?
I wasn't expecting them to bring a lot of the people back, like because a lot of them was up for contracts too, and I don't even know
Exactly.
how they was able to pay them. I mean, unless they all took pay cuts, which I think that was stupid, especially after you
Somebody
already
had to
got a
take
Super
it back
Bowl.
in on the money because there's no way.
Right.
There's just no.
I'm like, I mean, the name of the game is to win the championship, but then secondly, if once I got a championship, I want my money. Like,
Yeah, exactly. That's very surprising. Like you bring a whole team back, especially after winning a Super Bowl. Like I got a
yeah,
ring. I'm definitely worth some money now.
right,
Like
exactly. So, yeah, they're probably gonna blow that whole thing up because I don't think Tom Brady's coming back. Well, I don't think he should come back, at least not to
they
Tampa
need.
Bay. All right, you got any more final thoughts on Tampa Bay? Because I'm kind of sick of talking about them. They're not
Nah,
even
yeah, they make me sick.
okay. I'll probably talk about some teams that are actually still playing.
Great.
So we got Jacksonville and Kansas City tomorrow.
Jacksonville, Kansas City.
I mean, hey,
They you did say
Jacksonville is coming off a
yep.
27-0 comeback win. So I guess with Jacksonville, anything is possible. And they had like
Yeah.
five turnovers, and they
I
still won the game 31-30.
I've never seen anything like it. Like I just you told me they were coming in hot. You looked at me when I made the pick for the Chargers.
Yeah.
You said even when they're coming in hot, even though they beat them 38-10 in the regular season, I at this point I don't know what to say about Jacksonville.
I looked at you crazy, but I don't think I disagree with you that they will win.
No, not a disagree. It's like you gave me that look like even though
I
this is
I thought the Chargers was gonna win. They should have won that
yeah,
game.
100%, but it's like I was giving it like a full on blowout with even though the given factors of them coming in hot, even though the last time they saw each other, it was a blowout for the Jags against them. But like, I don't know. I just expect certain teams to play at their level, and they did, and then fell off. I told you that game was going to be the outcome of who took care of the ball more. They came out. Jacksonville was just giving them the ball, and it just came back. Like
But
it was just a Cinderella story for them.
Yeah, it looked like it wasn't the team that took care of the ball that won.
Yeah, at all.
Because it's crazy. Cause like it's crazy. Cause like Jacksonville turned the ball over 5 times, and after the half, it was 27-7. 27-7 at the half, or was it
Yeah,
27-0 at the half?
I honestly think it was zero. Like they didn't score
So,
before that.
so it was 27-0 at the half. So the Chargers literally did nothing in the second half. They did nothing but give up 20
Not
something
like a
points.
field goal. They couldn't, run out the clock at least. Just
No, yeah, like
um,
at the very least, you got the best running back on the field.
I I feel like okay, cool. We're not as explosive as we were, even though you can contribute most of that half to the defense. I feel like we should be able to, dink and dunk and run, get something like 3 yard pass, 3 yard run. I feel like we should be able to get up the field for at least a field goal to seal this deal. But no,
Yeah, if you think about it, if they had at least one more field goal, they would have won the game.
the, some type of points. They're walking out the field winners, but no.
What you think it's gonna take for Jacksonville to pull an upset in Kansas City? Kansas City is a this is crazy. Kansas City is a 9-point favorite according to Caesar Sportsbook.
9?
9.
I guess they just adjusted to the win last week, but
Oh, you think it should be more? Based
I
on
feel like it.
based on the first half last week, it should be more,
Yeah,
huh?
I I feel like it was more than they brung it down. Like, oh shoot, they just came back on them. I don't believe Mahomes will allow the game to get to that point. You understand? Like, there gets to a certain point where I see Mahomes absolutely like take over the game. Like he can take over the game. Like he gets to that point in a situation where he knows like, hey, we need to at least get some points on the board here. Like, I got to stretch a play, got to stretch a drive to get at least 3 on the board. And I don't see the coaching staff or the team getting outplayed by anybody in Jacksonville. So
Nah, I don't either.
I think they're going to get outplayed and outcoached on all cylinders. So
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think. I mean, you never know, but I don't think this
yeah,
Jackson. I
don't ask me for a score because I gave you one last week clearly.
Yeah, I don't
Wow.
think Jacksonville's gonna win this game. Kansas City should win this thing pretty convincingly. Um, they're just not. They're not. I mean, they're 9-8 on the season. I guess they had a winning record, but they're not. They won a division by default, kind of like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So
Yeah.
this ain't no. I don't think this is gonna be no contest. Second game tomorrow. This to me, this is the most interesting game in my book. Aside from the usual Dallas Cowboy crap. New York Giants and the Philadelphia
Yes,
Eagles.
I am looking forward to this game.
Yeah, I
100%.
mean, I've been rooting for the Eagles to make it all year. Just because I like Jalen Hurts. But I don't. But New York,
That's where I'm at an impasse right now.
I told you. I
Hurts
told you.
MVP in my eyes.
I told
I
you.
would love everything for the Eagles right now.
I
But
told you last week. I fell in love with the Giants this year,
yeah,
but I'm rooting for the Eagles to do something. I'm torn with this game. I I think Philly is the better team,
yes,
but it
all around better.
but you
But
the New York Giants, man, they just the way they look with those the Vikings. See, this is the thing. The Vikings are like this year at least. The Vikings was like the Cowboys, man. They beat up on bad teams, and so their numbers look inflated. They look better than they actually are as a
yeah,
cohesive unit. So, like I told you last week, I had no faith in the Vikings. So I just don't know if the Giants are fake or they on one of them runs. You know, when they won the Super Bowl, they won the
Yeah,
Super Bowl at what 9 and they were 9-7 that year. So
yeah,
it might be
yeah.
looking like
Nice.
one of those Giants years when they won the Super Bowl on a crazy fluke.
Ah, I the story behind it would be great. You know, Saquon back. Lord knows Daniel Jones needs the credibility under his belt. Young rookie Kayvon Thibodeau comes out, gets him a Super Bowl. Ah, but Philly, they just been putting it together all season. Even the games they lost, I really think they could have won, but
Yeah, the ones they lost. So they only lost one game when Jalen Hurts played,
yeah, pretty much.
and the other
And
two
even then, I
losses,
think they
was Gardner Minshew, and he could have won the Cowboys game if he didn't turn the ball over because that was a shootout.
that's why I have no faith in the Cowboys. But I to give you a clear cut winner, I can't do it from my standpoint. I'm just excited to be a fan of football, knowing this matchup is coming. The winner should be the Eagles,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's going to be a good game. I love the divisional matchup. It's going to get real rowdy in Philadelphia. Uh, I wish I could be there. I'd honestly just go out there and tailgate.
Right.
This is going to be one.
Who did you
I
pick?
think it's going to be the best game of the playoffs.
Who you pick? Yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
I, I want to pick the Giants, but
I
I think the Eagles are running away with it.
I want to pick the I want to pick the Eagles. I want to pick the Eagles, but I will not be disappointed
mm,
if the Giants win.
yeah, there we go. Those are the words I'm looking for. I
Because
won't be disappointed.
yeah, I mean I like rooting for underdogs. So
100%.
so I like the Eagles. I will be I I think the Eagles are gonna win, but I'm rooting. How do I say this? I guess I'm rooting for both
See?
teams. I guess.
Yeah,
I guess
I'm glad to be a fan of football to watch this.
yeah. And I'm glad it's the night game too. So it's the primetime
Yeah.
matchup. So I like that. Um gun to my head, right? Gun to my head, I'm gonna go with the Eagles because they just been more
hmm
consistent all year.
Yeah.
So there you go. I think it's gonna be a
Dog fight, absolutely.
yeah. I'm thinking like 15-17 score, something like
Yeah.
that.
I
Some something like that.
dog fight, man.
Yeah.
I feel bad. I
All
feel
right.
bad for the losing team.
All right. I think on to the next matchup. It's the more emotional of the four games we got this
Yeah.
weekend.
100%.
Sunday at 12 uh, p.m. Western time, my time. We got the Cincinnati Bengals and the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo.
Mm.
Buffalo is favored by 5.5 points by Caesar Sportsbook. This game to me is so the
They gave that more than a field goal.
right, yeah. Neither one of these teams looked as good as they are in their last playoff matchup.
Correct.
But
100%.
given who looked the best, I would say, I think the Buffalo Bills look better in their win against the Dolphins than the Bengals did
Yes.
against a backup quarterback with the Ravens. So I'm gonna go with the Buffalo Bills beating the Cincinnati Bengals in this game. Especially, I think it's gonna be really emotional with the Damar Hamlin situation because
Yeah.
this is the team that they were playing when he got carted off the field and
Yeah.
he got resuscitated on the
My
field, and
emotions out
so I'm gonna go Buffalo with this one. Buffalo 27, Cincinnati
here.
20.
Whew. Ah, wow. Like you said, both teams haven't played to their potential, especially not the Bengals. I love these playoff matchups besides this Dallas game, obviously. But Giants Eagles are great. Cincinnati Bills is just unbelievable right now. I think it's gonna be a great game. Two young quarterbacks battling out. Two great receivers battling it out. Defenses are amazing. I think I gotta go with the same score. I can't fathom more than 3 point difference, but I think I'm gonna go with the same score, same outcome. I got the Bills pulling it out.
Twenty-seven, 20.
I think they're playing for more. Uh, since he's playing to win, Buffalo's playing to win, and they're playing for their teammate. I'm behind it 100%. I think Buffalo's gonna pull away. Great game to watch, though. It's gonna be a great one. Oh,
I'm gonna keep that score if and only if Josh Allen can throw less than 2 picks, or he
yeah,
can have less than 2 turnovers. How about that?
yeah. That's very accurate. I feel like at some point in the game, he forces things he doesn't have to.
Yeah, he gonna give
Even
you
when he's
one.
in a good stand, he could be like up 10-0, and he just forces something. Like,
Mm-hmm.
why can't we just take our points there, Josh? We don't have to score every drive.
Right. Okay.
But I also think Joe Burrow does that more often than not. He does force a lot.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I not more often than not. I think given this situation, he knows what passes he can make, even though sometimes he shouldn't be passing them. Like, does that make sense to me? Like, I see him make a lot of, I've seen him force the passes that he knows he can make,
Mm-hmm.
but he shouldn't be making those passes, like in that given moment. Like, I feel like he should hit a check down or something that's more open or throw the ball away, but he gets the ball over there, and it's either a turnover or Jamar Chase is making that hell of a play.
It's probably because I, Joe Burrow. I think he got 3 number 1 receivers.
Yeah, that's really
He has
that's really
three.
it. Usually teams would be ecstatic, but it I think it's got to be tough on because and one of them being someone he's used to throwing to, I
Mm-hmm.
think it's even more tough.
Like I think, obviously, Jamar Chase is a number 1 receiver. T. Higgins is a bona fide number 1 receiver in my book, and I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
Tyler Boyd is a number 1 receiver on a lesser tier team. You know what I mean?
yeah, 100%.
Like if he was on the, like if he was on the
Patriots.
Panthers or Patriots, yeah, if he was on the Patriots, he would be the number 1 guy because I think he's better than Jacoby Myers.
Ooh, you put him. You think he's better than DJ Moore for the Panthers?
I don't know. That's why I was kind of thinking about it. I don't know. They might be on the
I
same
think
level.
that could be another scenario where it's two number ones again, but
Yeah, yeah. But that's why I kind of switched over when you
on a
said Patriots.
consistent base, Tyler Boyd would be that number one receiver, more
Yeah,
consistent base.
yeah. When you said Patriots, I was like, yeah, that's a better comparison.
Yeah, the
So
clear cut Patriots,
yeah,
Texans, freaking
yeah. It don't take much to be a number 1 on the Patriots.
yeah,
They number 1 receiver is the Texans number 1 receiver. I swear this dude is like 100 years old. It's Brandon Cooks.
yeah, bro. I really like every time I see him, I'm like, I think every time I see his name, I'm like, how old is he? Like,
Yeah,
is
every
it
time
like
I'm like, he's still in the league.
I feel like during that Super Bowl when he was with us, like he was just old. But hey, I guess he can still catch it. He can get paid. So,
Yeah, yeah, you're
but
right. All right, so Cincinnati, we both got Buffalo beating Cincinnati. I said 27-20. You agree with that score, but you said it's probably going to be a little closer than that, probably 27-24 or maybe
yeah,
20-23. One of those you said it's kind of probably going to be within three
yeah,
points. Next game probably going to be another highly watched game, just because it's those dudes, those
yeah.
boys over there, Dallas.
America's team.
Yeah, America's team, apparently. Dallas Cowboys, San Francisco 49ers. I don't think I think this game is, man,
Toss up.
I know who should win. I know who's the better overall team.
Yeah, it's a toss up, but I think it's only a toss up because of how the 49ers came out last week. Had they shown me how they were supposed to win, how they were supposed to play, and how they were supposed to win, I would give them no brainer win here.
They did in the
But
second half.
Yeah, second half. I feel like they should just dominate it all game. I feel like they left room for that to happen again, especially with the Cowboys. There's always that play down level. Like I think the Cowboys have extremely a lot of talent, but they never played to where they're supposed to be. That's their problem. And a lot of teams play down to that level, which is gives them the room to come back into the game. So I think the 49ers are going to play down to that level. I don't think they would be as explosive and just dominate them right now. So
The
I believe that might be another 27-24 game.
the problem with the damn, every time I always want to call them the Mavericks. The problem with the Cowboys is like you said, they play up to the competition and they also play down to their competition.
I don't get it.
So if it's a big game, they usually
Mm.
play up, but then they use like if it's against a big opponent, they play up. But if they play against a big opponent in a big game, they do not play up. Hence, last year in the playoffs when they played this very same team in the Niners. The Niners have their number. So I'm going to go with the 49ers
Yeah.
over the Dallas Cowboys. I don't think it's going to be as close as you think. I think this thing is going to be like
I hope
30.
not.
Huh?
I hope not.
I think it's
I
going to
hope
be,
not. But there's just always that letback.
I'm going to go 33-24.
I can see the point caliber on the 49ers side. Yeah, I can see that.
I got 33-24. Um,
I really hope that will be the score. I hope it's a wider margin.
yeah,
The Cowboys don't deserve any of this.
yeah, I'm ready for them to blow that thing up.
They should have honestly. They were on a good path. Like they should have blown it up a long time ago. They hit the draft up good. I thought they drafted well,
Yeah.
and then they just ran into a quarterback controversy. And it's like they don't know how to put a team together anymore or play football anymore. Jeez. I don't know. I've lost all faith in that team out there. They're just out there to play football every Sunday. I'm convinced.
Okay. All right. So there you have it. That's our thoughts about the divisional round of the NFL playoffs this weekend. Stay tuned because it's gonna be a pretty wild weekend in the NFL.
Great games coming your way.
Oh yeah. All right. Okay, people. Now we got the NFL stuff out of the way. We got a trailer. Trailer just dropped this week. So are you a horror fan?
Yes, I am specific. Favorite series, favorite, you know, horror movie is Scream. I'm in love with that.
Really?
I'm in love with Scream movies. Yeah, I don't know why. I think it's because, and this is crazy because I think I like it because I watched the original Scream, and then like later on, obviously the Scary Movie came out.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why. I like that they have that, and then like the screams got even better as they went on. So I don't. It just became my favorite. It was a toss up between that and Halloween, but Halloween got away from. I feel like they were just making movies at one point, and like they started to do remakes and then like reboot the franchise, and then go off of that storyline, then reboot the franchise again.
Mm-hmm.
Halloween lost me at some point, so Scream has to be my favorite.
Okay. So since Scream is your favorite, my guy, you are in luck because they just dropped the Scream 6 trailer. And I have it on deck for the people right now. So what we're gonna do is show the people the trailer for the new Scream 6, and we'll be right back with our reactions to the trailer.
You're gonna love it.
All right.
Please help me. Just down there.
There's a line here, girl. You got a problem here, guy? had this secret. There's a darkness inside of me. It followed me here. And it's gonna keep coming for us.
We share a certain history. This isn't like any other ghost face.
What is this place?
A shrine.
We've got to lure him in.
We execute him.
Hello.
Let's play a game.
You know you're like the 10th guy to try this, right? It never works out for the dipshit in the mask.
Maybe. But there's never been one like me, Gale. I'm something different.
That's why I'm gonna shoot you in the head.
You want me. So let's finish this.
Guys?
So there you have it. So what are your initial reactions or initial thoughts about this new Scream 6 trailer?
So at first, like when there were speculations of the movie coming out, I was hurt because there was rumors Sidney Prescott would not be in it.
Nope, she is not. Well, at least she's not in the
As
trailer.
far as the trailer goes, she's not in it. I know that the movie has been famous for, cliffhangers. They can bring her in at any moment. I don't think she will be in this one. And they still have me excited for this movie, even though she's not in it, which has taken me by surprise. I did not think I was going to like this one, being though that she wasn't in it. But them emphasizing that this Ghostface killer is going to be somewhat like of a different breed, it really has me like anxious and excited to see it.
Motherfucker said I'm different.
Yeah, I really like that, and it really has me like excited for the storyline because it seems like they've moved far away from where they were last movie, and they're now in New York, and like I really want to know who has followed them all the way to New York and knows their like storyline to have some type of revenge or want to kill them. So I'm really excited for it. I'm excited for it.
I don't know. I think the thing that got me most excited about the thing about this trailer that got me most excited is the part where I saw Ghostface in the grocery store or the corner store, and he pulled out a shotgun.
The shotgun.
Yeah.
Like, I usually like in that scenario, he just like, lets that gun drop, knife, and he just literally just shotgunned up. I like that.
This Ghostface with the Ghostface looking like Ghostface Killer from what was it? Was it Wu-Tang? Cocked it like Hakao.
Yeah, for real. He just asked like different type of breed that they talking about. I'm excited.
And then like
Like
you see the new mask they got on him. Like it kind of reminds me of the Michael Myers mask.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of old and worn and weathered and all that.
I like that. I do like that about the Halloween series. Seems like as he gets old, the mask gets old.
Yeah. Oh, I ain't seen. Have you seen the latest Halloween movie? I ain't seen it.
I didn't because the Halloween before that, I believe it was Halloween Kills.
Yeah, so it's trash.
I thought the series was gonna end there with that movie, and then I just thought it was completely ridiculous how the whole town is basically there to jump and kill him,
He got
and
out
this
of
man just stands up and
yeah.
pretty much shanks everybody. I don't. It like it's good to like see like him being basically invincible, but at some point it's like, all right, you mean tell me a whole town of people can't kill this man?
Right.
So
They
we're
s-
just gonna make 50 movies, basically, right?
like they jumped him in the middle of the street, and there was
And
nothing
I'm
like
pretty sure multiple people had guns too, so it's like,
nobody used them. Nobody used them, and and you know what? That's one of the things I like about Scream, is that
mhm.
you always see Ghostface get his ass whooped.
Yeah, I like that because at some point you're like, okay, that was a human. It's like, it's different types of killers, so it's not like, some child that's like mentally unstable
Right.
and
There's
like
no supernatural
surviving.
thing about him. It's
Yeah.
a regular
This is an
dude.
actual human getting their ass kicked.
Right.
Like they can't be invincible then.
Motherfucker always tripping over
Yeah.
furniture. Like, ah, shit. God damn it. Like,
Yeah,
there's
you
like
see the
Ghostface
lead up to
always like stumps his toe or some shit when he's like chasing
something.
somebody around the
It's
house.
hysterical. I
They
love it.
they be throwing chairs at him and shit. Like, ah,
Yeah.
shit. Fuck.
You see the actual chase to the kill Michael Myers, you see him walking.
Slow.
Then next thing you know, he's around the corner. It's like, everybody wants to know how he does it. They never let you see it. I don't know. They've lost me. They lost me. Halloween has lost me. I might watch this last movie, but I feel like it's gonna really upset me, like it did previously.
All right. So we got Scream 6. That's 6 Scream movies. To me, I think there's only one Scream movie that was utter trash. And to me, that movie is Scream 3.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, have you seen them all? Except Scream
Yeah.
6, obviously. Okay. So the thing about Scream 3 was that, well, the Scream as a whole has always been a movie that was aware of itself, right? So like in the movie, there's a movie
Yeah,
being
within it.
made about the
Yes.
movie that we're watching. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So that's always been interesting to me. But
Yeah, I like that as
but just for some reason, Scream 3 was just like so goofy that it made no sense to me.
it.
Like, I don't even remember who the killer was in that movie.
So I like the killer in it. Like I believe based off the killer in it, it had the potential to be good, but the storylines and the kills was just like I think they said, okay, Sydney's in college, and they ran off of that aspect and tied everything to college.
No, 3,
But then
she
it's
went to
like,
college.
yeah, she was.
Not in 3.
Yeah,
They was in college in 2.
that was 3. It was 3.
3 was the one they was on the set of the movie that was getting made.
Oh yeah. Okay. Now we're really yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Okay. Horrible.
Yeah.
Bad. Flat out bad. Bad. Trash. Wasn't close to being good. Bad. It is terrible. So it's like, boom. Okay, we know a movie's being made. We're in a movie. We're watching a movie of a movie being made, and the killer's making his own movie.
Yeah.
What is going on? Too many movies are being made. I feel like he doesn't really have. So the killer is the director that's making the
Yes,
movie,
exactly.
and
Yes.
it's like basically is coming out that he's basically her half brother,
Yeah,
and it's
makes no
like
sense.
I don't get his reason to really kill. Like I don't.
That's okay. So that is one of the things that always bothered me about actually no. This new one, but not the new one. Scream 5, the one that just came out like 2 years ago. What I didn't understand, maybe I'm slow, but the killer was the daughter of the killer from the first one.
No. So so the killer from the first one,
Mm-hmm. Fucking I forgot his name. Some shit.
uh, damn,
Buddy.
Stu and Billy. So Billy,
Yeah, Billy. It was Billy.
Loomis,
Billy
yeah,
Loomis.
his daughter is the main character in the movie. She's not the killer. So in Scream 5, it was so at the beginning of the movie, you know how like there's a girl, she's like, my little sister got attacked.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not the killer.
She is the killer. Oh wait, no,
In
yeah, it was.
5?
Yes, it was her and the new main girl's boyfriend.
Yeah. So listen, wait, no.
Am I tripping?
No. So the killer in Scream 5 was her little sister's friend and her boyfriend. But they were going to blame it on her because she had the ties. Like, it was coming out that Billy was her father. They were going to make it seem like she realized her family, like her bloodline, and it runs in the family type thing.
So you're saying they was going to frame Billy Loomis's daughter?
Yeah, pretty much.
So
that's how it was basically going to come out.
Okay, so I need to rewatch that movie.
Yeah.
I need to rewatch that movie. Anyway, either way, what I didn't understand was so in the first movie, Billy Loomis was working his ass off trying to get some Sidney Prescott ass.
Yeah.
So between him not getting the draws and him dying at the end of the movie,
right.
When did he have time to fuck and have a baby with some other chick?
I think so. I think the way they said the story in 5 was that. So you remember when in like the original Scream when they were at the video store? I believe that the girl he was talking to is the actual mother, but I don't quote me on that. I it's running through my head. I think it was one, but I get what you're saying because basically you're a killer and you're some type of sex crazy boyfriend.
Right, bro. It's only 24 hours in a day, right? So you can't be running over here killing people and trying to get the draws and getting draws from somebody else.
Yeah, unless you had already did that and she was already pregnant at the time.
Right.
While you was trying. Yeah, but at that point, I don't see why you're hell-bent on Sydney if you have somebody pregnant and you have easy access to somebody else.
I think he was only in the Sydney so he could kill her at some point.
Yeah.
So, but he still never got the draws. But
nah, he ended up getting it.
Sydney? They smashed?
Yeah, because in the first one, it was like one of the rules was like, if you're a virgin, you survives, and then they end up,
And then I think, damn, what was his name? The other dude, Shaggy from fucking Scooby Doo. What's his name in the movie? What was his name?
Stu.
Stu, yeah, because I remember Stu. He's Stu, the one that said that, right? At the end, he was like, because he was all crazy and shit. Yeah. Oops. But yeah, the thing, and always like the thing I like about Scream is that if you really look at it, it's a dark comedy.
Yeah.
At least the first one is.
I like that aspect of it too. Like I like that you can scare me and make me laugh all in one at the same time. Like I'm laughing, but in reality, somebody's getting stabbed to death. It's like dark comedy, right?
So, in your opinion, what's your favorite Scream movie? In your opinion, what's the best Scream movie? I think that's a better question. And why?
Okay, so the last one, Scream 5, it's I think it's between that one and number 1, the original one.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say Scream 5 because I like how they tied it back, basically how they like connected them both. Like I like how the original characters came in with the new characters. I like how everybody led back to the original one, like that's Billy's daughter. The killers living in Stu's house. They end up going to have that party at Stu's house like they did in the original one.
Stupid.
I like that aspect of it.
Yeah.
But I think it's hard to beat the original story of the first Scream. And I like how the other movies build off of that story, but like I said, 2 had the potential, like what I was talking about earlier with the school when she went to school.
Yeah.
Like the killer in that movie, Billy's mom. I like how they had that aspect of it,
It was
but I
the
feel like they was focused too much on Sydney at school.
yeah. It's funny because the killer in Scream 2 is you said it's Billy's mom, right?
Yeah,
And she plays the mom, and she plays Sheldon's mom in The Big Bang Theory.
yeah.
It's crazy.
I is, and then I like how, yeah. So 2 had the potential, but it got away from it. Then 3 completely lost me. I can't, like, I'm on forums about Scream. That's how much I like it, but I don't see anybody agreeing with Scream 3. I think we're all in agreement that that one was bad.
That's just,
4 4 was good because I don't think anybody's seen 4 coming. Everybody was
nah.
like, oh shoot, like they're coming out with another Scream. Like
Yeah, because
that's
you thought it was dead after 3.
yeah. I saw, so everybody was really excited about 4. Then it was like a new age thing, like new age theme to it, new age serial killer, which was good. But 5 really took off with it and like connected it all back to number 1. So I think it's a toss up between that one. But in my gut, as the Scream lover, I have to go with the original one. Like nothing's gonna beat the original, unless this new breed Scream or different Scream. And the 6th one is
Yeah.
really like that. Then it might take the crown.
My only hope is like they don't try to. I hope they don't. I'm not really a horror fan
Mm-hmm.
because I don't like just fucking seeing people get murdered and all that shit sliced the fuck
Right.
up. That's just weird to me. But what I do like is the story aspect of most of them.
Yeah.
I just hope that they don't go too far with the gore, or they don't just I just don't want it to be gore for gore's sake, right?
Yeah.
Just
Basically gore, like an action movie has action and it's like getting too actiony.
yeah, like a Michael Bay movie. Like, oh, we're gonna have
Yeah.
like a toaster exploding. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I need some kind of coherent story with my horror
Yeah.
if I'm gonna watch a horror movie.
Like
But-
if a scene calls for too much gore, it has to be a story behind that, a lot of built up anger to why you just killed them like that.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. I see what you're
Um,
saying.
I think I would probably have to agree with you. Like, ain't nothing gonna touch the original Scream. But I am excited to see this new Scream 6, and it's in New York for some reason.
Yeah. I'm assuming that's where they moved, like they moved away, like Sydney did after the first one, but I
My
New
thing is-
York did come out.
My thing is like, when Sidney Prescott gonna stop pissing people off?
I that's what I'm saying.
Like, at some
I
point you
like
gotta.
how they keep connecting to that. Like 3 didn't have. I don't understand how you want to kill her because of what her mom did. Like
Right.
I don't know.
At some point, like, if everywhere I go, people want to kill me, man, it's me.
But is it though?
Like,
But is it though? Like let's be real. She's like she just happened to be the daughter of a promiscuous woman that pretty much everyone was mad at. But now that she's survived, people are mad that she survived.
But you got to think too. She is the reason that Cotton Weary went to jail, and he wasn't
Yeah,
even the
so
killer.
If there was a movie where Cotton was a killer, 100% cool. You have every right to be upset. But Scream 3, you're mad because you're my half brother? Like, I don't get that. Then 4, which was it was good. It was good, but it was her cousin. Pretty much her cousin really wanted the limelight. Like,
Can't remember
you
who the
shanked
killer.
your friends and you killed your mom. You killed your mom because you want the limelight?
Oh yeah, it was the little girl. No, she ain't a little girl, but she was like one of them Disney Channel chicks.
Yeah.
Damn, I forgot her name. Yeah,
Was
I
it
remember.
Kim?
Cause
Ah.
oh shit. Damn. Excuse me. Cause I know Hayden Panettiere was in it, and she's also in this new one. But it was another like a kid actress that was the killer in 4, that you were surprised to see that she was the killer because she was known as like
Yeah,
this
yeah.
kid
It's like,
actress,
wait, what?
like real innocent and shit. I can't remember her fucking name, but anyway. Um, yeah. Scream 1, I love Scream 1. Scream 2, I thought was dope. The opening in Scream 2 was the best one out. No. Okay, no. What was the best opening in all of the Screams to you?
Best opening?
Yeah, because you know they known for their openings.
Yeah. 2, I did like 2 because
Jada.
just because of who was in the scene.
Jada and Omar.
And I feel like it's really crazy, like no one witnessed them die at all.
No, they witnessed them die. They just didn't give a fuck.
No. Nobody really witnessed him like killing them. Like obviously she got up on the screen and was like, so they witnessed her die, but it's like everybody's in this bathroom. Nobody hears this man just shank him
in the ear hole
and pool of blood. He walks out of there, cool. He goes into the theater, shanks her in her seat. Nobody sees that. He gets out in the aisle, shanks her there. Nobody sees that until she gets up and goes, ah! Oh, now that the black woman interrupting your movie, y'all see she dying. Like it, I liked it because he just basically killed 2 people without no one witnessing.
Nobody gave a fuck. Everybody was sitting there in the mask and shit.
Then 1 was a classic because it basically started like out with that like what's your favorite scary movie type thing.
Yeah,
I like that. That was like the classic version of it.
One, I think 1 is the most surprising one because you got to remember, Scream came out in '96, right?
Yeah.
And if you had a big star in your movie, they was gonna live to the end. This movie opened with Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
Like she was in '96. Like she was the shit in '96.
Yeah.
So when like the first 10 minutes of the movie, Drew Barrymore is killed.
Yeah, she died like a black man.
Yeah, she's
in horror movie. She was out of that thing.
With guts hanging out and shit. Like I was like, oh snap.
But it was crazy. And then she just became like a minuscule part of the story. Like she was just really out of there. Like didn't tie into nothing. But I don't even remember 3's opening. Honestly.
Oh, I do. Because I hate that movie so fucking bad. It was Cotton. Cotton was on his way.
Oh, his girlfriend, and then he had like the
little voice changer thing. It was so it was Cotton. He was on his way because he got his own TV talk show. Yeah, he got his own talk show, and he was on his way, stuck in traffic, on his way home. His girl was calling him, but we all know it was Ghostface. He got home, then he was end up fighting Ghostface because Ghostface he'll be getting them hands. Like people give Ghostface the hands. Like Ghostface needs to go to like a self-defense class or something.
I don't. People who play Ghostface is like they just don't think they about to like people gonna fight back. Like you think the knife is gonna do the job every time, and they just get.
Especially a little knife like this big. And shit. Like,
yeah, like that's like the big ass kitchen knife. That's more terrifying. Like I'm gonna run away from that. But the little knife, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on,
right? But yeah, the opening, Drew Barrymore was the opening for 1. Jada Pinkett and Omar Epps was the opening for 2. Cotton Weary was the opening for the worst one in 3.
Yeah.
4 was Kristen Bell and damn, it was a chick. Oh, and Anna Paquin, Rogue from X-Men.
Oh wait,
you don't remember that?
What happened though?
So it was Kristen Bell and Anna Paquin. They was 2 blonde white girls just sitting on the couch watching TV or some shit.
Oh, and that's how it started off. It was like
they were just watching TV, and
and then like it faked the movie.
It faked the movie.
The kill. Then it was like, oh my god.
Yeah, and then you just realized that because they was watching a movie. They was watching Stab. The movie that they're making
like Stab in something.
Yeah. They were watching that, and then Kristen Bell just out of nowhere stabs Anna Paquin in the stomach.
Yeah, and then that ended up being false, right?
No, I don't think so. I don't know.
It was?
I don't think so. I think it was like 2 fake out openings in Scream 4.
Right.
I think. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Scream 5 was actually Scream 5 kind of had a fake out, but not really
Yeah.
because the chick didn't die.
Yeah, she didn't really. It was again 5 was. I like how 5 tied it back to the original because it was
Yeah.
kind of like the original one. I think that's what made it good because everybody was like, "Oh shit, she survived," and then
Yeah, exactly.
she ended up surviving the movie. Like
Mm-hmm.
Drew
The whole
Barrymore was
movie.
out, you know, and
Gone.
didn't see the rest of the movie.
Gone.
She ended up surviving, being one of the main characters, and surviving the movie. So that was kind of crazy.
All right, so
But yeah, one is iconic. Like you said, no, I don't think nobody was used to that at all. Nobody at all. They did kill off a lot of like famous good. Some good
yeah, I think
actors
that's
and
the thing. I think that's the thing for Scream now. Like they gonna kill off a real famous person in the first 10 minutes, which I don't ever know who the famous person would be in this one, unless
Well,
Sydney comes back for the 10 minutes.
yeah. I mean, Jenna Ortega is pretty big now. She was the first one in the last one, but I don't think
She wasn't big.
I don't
Like she
think.
wasn't big enough in the
No,
last
no, no,
one.
no.
Like
I'm saying now she is.
yeah,
If we
yeah.
going off of that theory, probably her. But I don't know who
No,
else is in the movie.
but in the trailer, she's all through the trailer.
Yeah. I don't. Unless this killer tries to go after her again and she survives again. Like,
Well, it
I
might be,
don't see.
so they might be going after her and her sister.
Yeah, I don't. I don't see that the movie opening 2 times in a row, her about to get killed and she
No,
survives.
it's not
Like
gonna
that.
be
That's
her.
crazy.
It's gonna probably be just some random person, but I think it's gonna be a
Yeah,
famous person. Gotta be.
yeah, yeah. I think they stick to that. 'Cause
All right.
who they in New York? This is gonna be Beyonce.
But
Jay-Z and
you
shit.
got to pay a lot of money for them.
Yeah, for real.
Even
There go the
even
movie
for only
budget right
10 minutes.
there.
Exactly. Oh, it'd be dope if they
Man.
did. Oh, you know it'd be dope. It'd be dope if they did an opening with Will Smith and Chris Rock. And like
Mm.
like Chris Rock kills Will Smith in the beginning of the movie.
Keep my break name out your mouth. Slap him after the show. He just come up and just shank his.
Right.
That'd be crazy.
Anyway, moving on. Unless you got any more thoughts about Scream.
I can talk about that all night.
Yeah. All right. So, I know you didn't watch it, but this past week, The Last of Us
Yes.
premiered on HBO and HBO Max. Full disclosure, The Last of Us is one of my favorite games that I've ever played.
Yes.
So for just the way the story is structured and the
Yeah.
gameplay itself and how you navigate this game, because a lot of times you have to fight like 20 people with like 5 bullets and a damn 2x4 or some shit. So you got to be real strategic about how you go about killing these 20 people.
Yeah.
So like I said, episode 1 just came out this past Sunday, and it was an hour and 20 minutes long. So that's like as long as some movies.
Yeah.
But my first initial thoughts about the series as a whole, I mean, it's only been 1 episode, but I think that they are doing exactly what every video game adaptation, movie or TV show should have always been doing in the first place. And what that is just follow the source material.
The story.
Follow the story.
Regular story. Yeah. Okay.
It's already been written and it's already been published and formatted for you. All you got to do is put some real actors in it, put a camera to them, and go about and just start filming.
Yeah.
So
vice versa. I feel like when there's a movie made and they try to do a video game, I just do what the movie did. Like,
exactly.
with the show.
Right. Have you played The Last of Us?
Yeah. I was surprised because as an exclusive, to me it surpassed the Uncharted, which has been a PlayStation exclusive that was very popular amongst anybody like who had a PlayStation or a game.
Mm-hmm.
So for that to surpass Uncharted, which they're making into a movie with Tom Holland, I believe. Yeah, Tom Holland's playing Uncharted.
No, it's already out. It's already been out for like a year and a half. Exactly. See, what you just asked is exactly why that movie was garbage.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like, because I know there's a Last of Us out.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that I don't even remember the Uncharted has came out or that Uncharted was a top game, The Last of Us has done its job. Like, it's that good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I personally would play that more than GTA. When GTA 5 came out, everybody was really excited for that. I think I was really excited for The Last of Us. And as I played it, like you said, the story to it was just great. Like, even though it did make me mad that I had to be resourceful and strategic. Like,
Yeah.
like every time I gotta come on, 2 bullets in a dream. Come on, man. Every time.
2 bullets
I've
and
been
a
out here a
Molotov
long
cocktail.
time. I ain't collecting no supplies.
So that's why, like, when I play that game, I always find myself like it takes so long to play this game because a lot of times I find myself just opening up random drawers just to get supplies.
And I feel like when I'm playing it, it's like I feel like the storyline was so to it that I'm trying to get like every bit out of it while I'm playing it. Like,
Yeah.
either I'm looking for supplies, or I'm looking for like the little side thing that makes this better or something great. So it does take me a long time to play it. I know that.
Yeah. So
Like, I feel like I'm in the game.
I think you'll like the episode, or at least the episode, because that's all that's out so far. Because all it does, it follows I don't know if you remember like the first act of the game.
Right.
It follows that to a T. Like
To a T?
To a T. Like if you don't remember the first I guess in game hours, I guess the first hour and a half of the game, 2 hours of the game.
Yeah.
If you remember that, it's the exact same thing. The exact same thing. It's like 1 or 2 tweaks to it. I don't know if I can spoil it for you. I mean, it's not a spoil. You played the game.
It's not. Yeah, it's not really a spoil, but
It starts off with Joel. It starts out with Joel and his daughter, like eating breakfast before she goes to school. So that's the only like added thing. I don't think they showed them like having breakfast or something in the game.
I don't think they did that.
Nah, but it just shows like
but it's a movie,
it gives
or a show.
It just gives them a little bit more character development, right? So you understand. I forgot her name I forgot the daughter's name. Sarah, I think it is. I think it's Sarah. But it shows, so you get to know her before what inevitably happens to Sarah, because if you play the game, you know what's gonna happen to Sarah. So they give her a little bit more screen time, so you feel exactly what you need to feel when what happens to her happens.
So they took the game story and basically gave the show feeling to it.
Yeah.
Because when you're playing a video game, it's like
you gotta.
I really don't want to know this like not main character's whole story. So it's
right.
All right. And people like probably skip through it or something if they can.
Right.
Now it's like,
yeah, you gotta actually.
No, I'm saying like in an instance, like maybe people be like, all right, this clip too long, like this flashback too long. Can I skip this?
Yeah. Nah, you're not gonna do that. You're not gonna want to do that because what they're doing in the show, they're building tension.
Yeah,
they building tension. It's like because like pretty much what you're doing, in the game you follow Joel, but in this in the first maybe 45 minutes of this episode, or episode 1, you're following Sarah. I hope that's her name because I keep calling Sarah. I hope that's the name. But yeah, in the first like 45 minutes, you're following her throughout her day.
Right.
Like you didn't do that in the game. So you see her,
I like that. I
yeah,
like that.
exactly, right? So you see her, you wake up with her, you have breakfast with her, you go to school with her, and then you
Hmm.
go to after school with her, you come back home with her, she goes to a neighbor's house, and then it's a zombie game, so all hell breaks loose, and then next thing you know, boom.
Yeah, I like
It's
that. Yeah.
exactly it's exactly how the game is. I'm telling you, exactly.
Just this other perspective. I like.
Yes,
Yeah, I like that.
to the T. Like I don't know if you remember in the first beginning of the game when you driving in the car because they're trying to get to Austin. They're trying to get to Austin,
Yeah, yeah,
Texas.
yeah, 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 yeah.
It's the same thing. They do the same camera shot, like from the like you're in the car and
Hmm.
the camera is just panning throughout the car, so you see people
Yeah.
getting eaten outside. You see explosions. You see the airplane crashing in the street. All that.
All right, now, yeah, now you got me fired up to watch this.
Yeah.
Nah,
So
yeah.
the game. So the first episode, it ends with Joel and meeting Ellie, the other
Right.
the other main character, the actual main character, little girl. It ends with Joel and Ellie meeting, and then they're about to start their little journey.
Right.
And that's all. That's as far as you get in the first episode. So I think, man, if you like, just basically, if you like the game, you're gonna like the show.
Yeah, I'm curious to see like, are they doing like a season out of it? Like, how I'm just curious to how they're gonna break it up.
So from what I read, the first season is just gonna be the first game,
Right.
which makes sense because the damn game is long,
Yeah.
especially the
Long.
second one.
Yeah.
Like the second game
But
is
I'm
long
just
as
curious to
shit.
see how they're gonna like split that up, like the game,
How
like
they,
that's the first episode.
mm-hmm.
Like, I'm curious to see.
I mean, a lot of shit happens in that game.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Like, yeah, I don't know. So I mean, they can just take
and
their
then they're
pick.
going season like by the game, so it's like,
Yeah,
now I'm really interested.
because at the end, because you finished the game and beat it, right? Like you beat it,
Yeah, finally.
right? That motherfucker log as shit. The first one I'm talking about. So like, at the end of the first game, so they're gonna end with Joel killing all them people just to get Ellie back.
Hmm.
So I mean, and which is a good cliffhanger
I
for a
guess
TV show.
yeah, you can make that inference, like if it's getting to that point, like, oh, this is the end right here. Like,
Yeah,
oh, this is where the video game ended. Unless they had their own ending to the game. Shit.
right. So like, speaking of like, they have the show is basically the game to the T. That makes me wonder, who is this game for? Like the audience, like who is their target demographic for this show?
Yeah, because I feel like the game only appeals to people who like play the game or like a single player story mode type of game. But
Mhm.
I feel like the show, obviously the people who play the game is gonna like the show. But I feel like
But
any
you
person who's like binge watching the show or like picking up on the show, they're gonna like it
right?
because of the story.
Because my thing is like, I keep saying this, the show is the game. So like, if I played the game, why would I need to watch the show? Based on
I
this
guess
based
based
on
off
this
of
first
that,
episode, it's the same thing.
yeah, I could see your argument, but I feel like they was like, all right, cool, everybody like this game. Maybe they watch the show. But again, it's like, okay, they played the game, why would they watch the show?
Right.
But I feel like people are gonna watch the show just to see how like with like the differences between like like a book and a movie. Like
Mm-hmm.
why would I watch? But obviously, it's probably better to watch a movie than flip through pages. So
Yeah, that shit boring as fuck. But
yeah.
but I guess that leads me to my question. When watching, I know whatever video games or books or whatever being adapted to movies or TV shows, is
Right.
it better to take liberties and just do your own thing with the story, or should you just follow the source material to the T? Which is
That's
better?
tough. So I feel like it depends on like which. It depends on how far you go, like with like taking your own path. Cause it's like I'm not trying to harp on it too much, but it's like Scream 3. So like they took on like I feel like they went on the route of like the story mode, like they kept on going like, hey, Sydney's mom, Sydney, like this ties back to Sydney's mom. But it's like you doing too much, like there's a movie within a movie. Now we're making a movie and he has a movie. Like you like are you doing too much? But with the game, I feel like it's different. So because if you do it like how the game is, but you didn't follow your own path, I feel like people are going to be like, all right, that's not realistic. That's not what happened in the game.
Yeah.
That they're going to think it's dumb off the rip. Like it depends on what you do. Like when you're following your own path, like do you keep on the same storyline or do you add a little extra, or you just way off base of the storyline and just messing it all up?
Right.
I feel like the game is so well in this instance of The Last of Us. I feel like the game is so good that if somebody were to do their own thing, it would have to be like minuscule. Like it would have to not even veer off the storyline, but add extra to the storyline because the game was that good. Like we don't want to see nothing else. If anything, it would have to add to that story. Like it would have to be the same story, but add like go more in depth. Like you said, it starts out with her eating breakfast, going to school. Like that gives you a different perspective, but the same storyline, like that's just a little extra on the side. I feel like they're doing it right. But
Gotcha.
if you just go off on your own script and like the game is like what is this? Then you're gonna end up with a Scream 3. Like what the hell is this?
So being movie fans, there's been tons of video game adapted movies, or movies adapted from video games. I know I'm throwing you off with this kind of on the spot question, but to you, what is the worst video game adaptation?
When you say worse, what do you like? Like completely off from the game, or like
just like not even like it doesn't even have to be because it veered off from the game. Like it was just a terrible movie or TV show, and it just went off the rails. Like it shouldn't have even been named after the property it came from. Because I got one in mind.
So it's kind of tough because I feel like this was like in the aspect of the game. So it's Star Wars. So Star Wars and like Lego Star Wars, like I feel like the game was just built for like like a younger age, like because it's Legos, but it's following a movie. But I feel like you should have just like left that alone. Like you could have did Lego something.
So you going with Lego Star Wars?
I just feel like that should have been left alone. And I know there's others, but that's what like came to mind off rip. And then
so
go ahead. Come back to me.
Have you ever had a was that on Xbox? Have you ever had an Xbox?
Yeah.
Do you remember a little game? Actually, not a little game. I'm being facetious when I say little game. But do you remember a game by the name of Max Payne?
Yeah, see, like they're coming through my head. That's
you remember that game?
Yeah.
Did you like that game?
That's yeah, and kind of no.
I mean, okay, but at the time, I loved that game. I don't know. I thought that game would have been a perfect movie until I saw.
Oh yeah, in that aspect, when I'm playing, I'm like, okay, yeah, like if you make this into a movie, I'm definitely there for it. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I thought that until I saw the movie that they made.
Yeah, and till Max Payne came out. Yeah, 100%.
That was the most trash. That wasn't even the Max Payne that I played. Like I don't know what that
That's
was.
what I'm saying.
Like they had demons and whatever the fuck in that movie. Like there's no demons in Max Payne the game. Like it's a straightforward film noir detective movie. Like I don't know where they like, and I don't know who decided to cast Mark Wahlberg in it. I don't know who decided to put Ludacris in it way before he was ready to be an actor.
Mac, like you. So if there was like an image for like movie to game, they just completely missed it because there's just not like you didn't even meet the minimum expectations of what that movie is supposed to be.
No, not at
That's
all.
what I mean from going like way off script from taking. It has to be minuscule things. They just took their own thing and ran with it. Like this isn't even Max Payne. Like at this point, you're onto something new.
Right.
You just have the name Max Payne to it.
Yeah, I just don't understand what they was doing with that movie. I think the most recent one that I was most disappointed with is probably the Mortal Kombat one.
That so
like it had all the potential in the world, but it just fell apart.
Yeah, it did.
It fell apart on two aspects to me. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm sorry.
No,
it fell apart with two aspects, right? So number one, in a game with damn near 100 characters, what was the point of making one up for the movie?
That's what I'm saying. So like, you have so many characters to go off of. Why are we building the movie around this one that we just had?
That's like, not even in the game.
Like wow, like, because to me, I'm thinking, okay, Mortal Kombat movie. Okay, either main character, probably like a Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Liu Kang, something.
Somebody.
Then the movie come on, I'm like,
who is Cole? Like,
yeah, what is this story?
Right.
What?
But
I think people are just more excited to see the movie than they just missed that of it.
Right.
It's like,
and by the way, Mortal Kombat doesn't have a fucking the game doesn't have a coherent story anyway. No. But so in that aspect, we're not even looking for a fucking. We're not looking for no Oscar-worthy story.
You could have went any perspective from any character,
right?
And it would have been okay. But it's like you just now say if like the new Mortal Kombat had this character in it, like you drop this and you drop the new game, like shoot,
exactly right. Then I probably would have been more receptive to that. I was like, oh, okay, he's the new character in the new game.
They introduced him in the movie first, then they brought out the game. I like that.
Right.
But no, this dude is unheard of.
Right. And then his powers was trash. Like, what he got like a gold jacket of.
Yeah, to be honest, he's not defeating anybody. Like I don't.
Got my gold jacket, son. Like
yeah,
he got a gold jacket like he in the Hall of Fame for the NFL.
And then So I feel like Sub-Zero, like in the movie, is old as dirt. Like they made him very old. Not Sub-Zero.
No, Scorpion. Scorpion was old.
Scorpion, yeah, he's old as dirt. Like I feel like him and Sub-Zero, I would have rather like a storyline between them, like a competitive one.
But weren't they? I don't know about Sub-Zero, but wasn't like Scorpion in the movie? Like he was dead though, right?
Yeah. So Scorpion was honestly, I think. So the way the movie was, I think Scorpion was basically like the descendants of where the cult came from, right? Cause he is like.
I think he was a descendant of Scorpion. Yes, I think.
Yeah.
But that still don't make no.
That's where I'm thinking like, okay, he's the new Scorpion, but they're like running with his own thing, but it's kind of weird. I don't know.
Anyway, they could have made another character in the game of descendant of Scorpion. Like it was so many avenues they could have taken that they just didn't take any of them. But anyway, I'm sorry. My number two reason I didn't like that movie.
You get the two.
I only had two. But the number 2 reason and the final reason I didn't like that movie is not the fight scenes. The fight scenes were pretty dope, but the fact
Yeah.
that they in the movie they were all fighting at the same time. So
Yeah,
so you had to cut back and forth through each fight mid fight to see another fight. Like while somebody's fighting, we would cut away from this fight to watch another fight, and then cut away from that fight to watch another fight. So we're watching
Yeah.
5 different fights at the same time.
I feel like you could have just made those scenes right there. Boom.
Dude, the game
Yeah,
in the
you gotta
game
get through one fight.
in the game, it's a tournament. And they
Yeah.
fight one at a time. Or 2 at a time. Or you know what I mean.
And pretty much that's how they like building the movie off of. Like you've been accepted to the Mortal Kombat tournament.
And they, oh shit, this is the number 3. They never got to the tournament in the movie.
That was my biggest problem with the movie right
Like-
there, because it's like, oh my god, he got accepted to this tournament. He doesn't know what's going on. Movie ends. We're not at the tournament. Like, are we hinting at another movie? Like,
I remember watching the movie and I'm like, yeah, I think the movie's like an hour 45 minutes long or something like that.
yeah.
So I'm looking at my watch, it's like an hour 40. I'm like, yo, how long is this movie? Because we still got a tournament to go to.
That's what I'm saying.
Like-
And it's like, I was surprised because out of, out of all the movies that are coming out, Avatar, that's usually long as shit.
Yeah.
Okay, you watch Avatar, we was in that movie theater for a long time.
Yeah.
Out of all the movies nowadays, I feel like they're all pushing like 2.5, 2:45 to 3.
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting Mortal Kombat to be longer than what it was, especially if you're going to introduce the tournament aspect of it. Like,
Yeah.
you could at least give me a round 1 of the tournament or something. You just got a bunch of people fighting over a backstory, but they're also in the I didn't get it. Like, I didn't get it. Like, it's a tournament wherever you are, people just come hunt you,
Right.
or we have to go somewhere. Like, I don't know. I really just don't know.
Yeah.
I don't.
Who knows? Whatever. I mean, but yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with the rest of this The Last of Us series. Because so far, I mean,
Now,
I love the
more to
game.
watch.
I love the game. I love the first episode. I mean, because it's basically a carbon copy of the game. That's all we got for today. We're at an hour and 28 minutes.
Damn, really?
Yeah. So I think that we can call it a day or night or wherever you are. We're gonna call it.
Yeah. I was about to ask a question about this, but I feel like we're gonna be here all night.
Go ahead. I don't care.
About Marvel. Nah, I was gonna think which, like, what do you think about like the next, like, how they break it up like the phases, like like all the Marvel movies into phases.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you think about the next one coming up? Like, what do you think we're hoping to see in that next phase?
Are we done with this previous phase?
I don't think so. Are we?
Or are we still in it? Or was Black Panther the final movie of this last phase?
No, I have to look.
Because I can't answer the question unless I know. Because I got thoughts about this last phase.
No, that is a good question. Okay, it says phase 5 is 2023 to 2024. So let me look at phase 5.
So, okay, so we're still in. Let me see.
Yeah, we're still in phase 5 because Ant-Man, Quantumania, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Captain America: New World Order, and Thunderbolts, and Blade is in this.
Wait, what? Where are you looking at?
I'm on Marvel's. No, I'm on Fandom. I just Google Phase 5 because that's where we're at right now, I believe.
Because what I'm looking at, it says Phase 4 ends in 2023.
Well, maybe we're going into Phase 4. I
No, it
mean
says
Phase 5. Yeah. So Phase 4 ended with Wakanda Forever, and I think Ant-Man is Phase 5, first one of Phase 5.
okay. Okay, let me see. The hell? So what was your question?
What are you what are you expecting, or what do you hope for in this next phase, like a Marvel movies?
So Phase 4 ended with Wakanda Forever.
Right.
What I'm expecting is for them to I'm expecting them to get busy with this Kang the Conqueror storyline.
Right.
That's what I'm expecting.
Right.
I'm expecting things to be more serious and more everything to have a little bit more gravity or weight to it. Some more
Yeah.
some heavier consequences to things. Because this last phase was kind of confusing as far as what they were doing. Like this last phase, it didn't seem like they was moving towards nothing. It just seemed like they was just popping out movies and TV shows just to have
Yeah.
movies and
Yeah.
TV shows.
Mhm.
And maybe I don't know if the quality of them has something to do with COVID, probably, because you never seen Marvel like this. I mean,
Yeah. That.
I don't think they had any like straight flops or something that was. None of them were like I think were all terrible or bad or nothing like that. But I don't, but I don't think they were as good as they could have been. They were
Yeah. I
all
feel.
watchable.
So the last phase had good movies, and it had the like, okay, we made this a movie. Like that last phase, I believe, like Thor. That Thor movie is like, I don't. I feel like we could have did a better Thor movie rather than that movie that they put out.
Yeah, that movie was a lot better when I watched it the first time, and when I watched it the second time, I was like, "Oh, this ain't good," or it's
And
not as
then
good as I thought. I don't remember.
Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange was good, but it's like I, Wanda was. I didn't. I don't.
You know
I'm gonna just leave it at it was
the
good.
I think the problem with movies like
Like a
Doc
multiverse type of introduction.
the movie the problem with Doctor Strange 2 and Spider-Man No Way Home
Mhm.
is that they were movies that had to be seen in the theater with an audience.
Right.
They don't, because I've watched both of them in the theater, right, for the first time, and they blew me away. I loved both of them when I
Right.
saw them the first time in the theater, and then I rewatched them at home, and I was like,
Yeah, it's like
did this,
more questions arise, right?
yeah, or like it just didn't hit the same. Like it was a
Yeah,
lot
I
more.
feel like
It was a lot drier than I remembered. Like it wasn't a lot like especially with Spider Man. I was more so with Spider Man because like I love. Like, we was talking when we saw it.
yeah,
Like
100%.
I love
Theater
that.
Spider-Man is just like wow.
I loved that Spider Man movie when I saw it in the theater, but when I watched it at home, it was like it's not a lot going on in this movie, and it
It's
kind of
not.
drags too.
Yeah, like we're dragging this. uh okay, what do you think the best movie of the last phase was?
So what are those movies? Because I got.
So here I
That's
got
not a question. I don't even know why I asked you that. It's not a question. There's no question. There's no question to this. I don't even know why you asked that. It's the best movie of the last phase is Wakanda Forever.
yeah, okay. Okay. I
And I
agree
don't
with you
think
there.
and I don't think that's just because I saw it in the theater. Like I can tell that was the better movie of the whole phase.
Mm.
But you gotta also think phase 4 had TV shows too.
Yeah, that's why I said which like the better movie. Cause okay, so with that being said, what do you think the better show was?
Uh, to me, the best show in Phase 4,
Hmm.
and it's only because of one episode. One episode changed it all. To
Hmm.
me, the best show in the Phase 4 was Loki,
Mm. Hmm.
and it was because of one episode. Do you know what episode that is?
No, 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 no. Go ahead. I'm interested. Now you got me interested. Go ahead.
Did you see Loki?
Yeah, I see. I just want to see like your, cause I had like a turning point here too because I liked Loki.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was liking the show, but it really got to me over Moon Knight because Moon Knight had me in a chokehold
Oh damn, I forgot
because
about Moon Knight.
Moon Knight it started off like okay, like
Right, what the fuck is going on?
like what, and then it started getting like really into it. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
wow, like I really like that. Like I was really looking forward to it. Then Loki got me hooked. Then I guess
Oh, I didn't tell you the
I
episode.
didn't I didn't. She-Hulk was
It was funny.
uh,
It
yeah.
was just a comedy, man. It was just, but I didn't
I
tell you.
didn't
I
feel
didn't.
like it advanced anything. Like
No,
it
it
didn't
didn't.
advance anything.
No, it
Like
didn't. But I need to tell you the episode that hooked me on Loki, that put it over the top for me. The episode that put it over the top for me was the last episode of Loki. Like I was already liking the show, but
see,
when
see,
but when
that's what
Jonathan
I'm saying.
but when Jonathan Majors came in through the elevator or the came in through the doors and he just stole the show,
Bruh.
that
I
was it.
that's what I'm saying. So that mm, yeah, I think I gotta go with Loki. Yeah, just yeah, that yeah.
Because when he came out,
Even though I am looking for
the
some
double
other
doors open, he's eating the apple. And he's like,
game.
Loki, Sylvia.
So
But in a close second is the Winter Soldier one too. But go ahead.
that's what I was about to bring up. Like, where do you put Winter Soldier
Yeah,
at?
it was two. It was one. Which one came first? I think Winter Soldier came out
Winter
first, right?
Soldier. Yeah, it had to
Yeah.
be Winter Soldier.
So Winter Soldier was number one for me, and then Loki came out, and I was like, oh, this is it right here. And I think Loki kind of moved the story along too, of the whole MCU.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't see no advancement in like She-Hulk.
Nah, there was none.
Like an overall advance. Like, I don't see like an overall gain to you dropping this show. Like, I get it, but like,
Yeah.
I don't.
And I didn't even finish watching Miss Marvel. Yeah, Miss
Yeah,
Marvel.
I didn't either.
I didn't finish watching it. It just didn't hook me. I was like, I don't want to see this teenager.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. All right. Well, so all right. My next question is Wakanda Forever. What do you think this next movie is gonna look like? If there, obviously, I hope there is a next movie.
But Black Panther?
Yeah.
Oh, it'll be a minute before we get it. So
No, I know. I just want to see your thoughts. Like, what do you? Because I know we're all like thinking it. Like, what are they gonna do with the sun?
I think, I think, I think they should just keep it as Shuri. I
Mhm.
think they should just keep it as Shuri. You already just made the move. They made Shuri the Black Panther in the movie,
Right.
so you might as well keep it. Um, you had the balls to make her the Black Panther, so
Yeah,
keep the balls and
right.
fucking make her the Black Panther.
Because everybody's like, I don't think we've seen as much Black Panther action from her. I think we saw more of like
Emotional.
the emotional side to her, and I seen more of the like technological like tech savvy Shuri more
Hmm.
than the Black Panther Shuri. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to more of a Black Panther story, but everybody's expectations with that end credit, well, with that end scene is that
I,
probably him later on down the line growing up and he's, same
I'm,
spot as that.
if they do that, I hope it's like way later. Like I don't want to like jump forward in time because this Ant-Man joint
Yeah,
coming.
like, I
So
need
I
like
don't.
a movie and a half between that or something.
Yeah, I don't need him. I don't. I mean, I got what I got. What I got. I got what I need out of Wakanda Forever. Like I'm
Yeah, I
cool.
did.
I'm cool with Shuri being the new Black Panther. I'm cool with uh the new Ironheart or whatever her name, Riri Williams. I excited to see what they do with her show.
Yeah, I got
Um
everything. Yeah, you're right. You did get a
um
lot out of it. You did. Like, I don't think people realize what they got out of Wakanda Forever. They got a
yeah
lot.
yeah. So I don't. She's the Black Panther. Make her Black Panther. Simple as that.
And then, damn, what was I about to say? What was I about to ask you?
Marvel, Black Panther, Ant Man's coming out.
Oh, what do you think about the show they're about to come out for Wakanda? Like, I think it is based on like the original, like how it
Yeah, it's
became
like
about.
it's like going back in time, right? Not
Hmm.
going back in time, but they're like it's like a prequel type thing.
Yeah,
That'll be dope. It's supposed to be like of
yeah, I
the
think it's
very
dope.
first Black Panther.
Yeah, it's big. I feel like it's to me. I was getting like the first Avatar, like you know how like Avatar goes back and it shows his heritage. I think it's gonna be like that. Like now we got the feel of what the Black Panther looks like. They're all about tradition. Now we get to see like the actual tradition unfold and how it became about. So I'm interested to see how that's gonna play.
Yeah. I think that's gonna be dope. It's gonna be a TV show too, so you get a longer time to spend
Yeah,
with the characters. So I think that's nice.
that's why I'm glad they made it a TV show.
Yeah, yeah, I'm excited for that. I can't wait for that. I'm excited to see this. I'm excited to see Jonathan Majors as Kang the Conqueror in this Ant-Man Quantumania joint
Yeah, yeah.
because
I,
that
I
trailer is
need to
dope.
see this. Yeah. See, that's why I didn't want. That's why I told you. I would ask a question like this, but I'm
Talking
gonna be
about
here all day.
all
Ask a
right,
question. Uh,
but yeah,
mm,
my I just hope that Kang is a bigger and more of a bigger threat than Thanos was, which I think he probably will be, because essentially he knows what's going to happen before shit happens.
Yeah, I don't think Thanos was really a threat more than the stones were. I think the stones were the threat, but he
Oh
was just
yeah, he
motive.
was wielding the stones. Yeah, got you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I,
Kang don't need no stones.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like, trying to think,
so you should have
because
had your
Marvel
topics
was like
ready.
a rabbit hole. Yeah, Marvel was like just going down a rabbit hole. Like
Yeah,
you
it is. Yeah, spend a whole another 2 hours talking about Marvel.
Blade.
Did you hear the news about that? It was like a couple months ago about the Blade shit.
Mm-mm.
So apparently, like how Mahershala Ali's supposed to be Blade.
Yeah,
So apparently, like he wasn't happy with the script, and it
right.
was like it was only 90 minutes, and it was only two action scenes, and they weren't even
Yeah,
good action scenes. So Mahershala Ali was like, "Nah, this ain't it. Y'all got to go back to the drawing board. 'Cause y'all ain't finna
for
have me
real.
out. Y'all ain't finna have me out here looking foolish." So
Yeah, it sounded like a bunch of plain ass talking.
yeah, so I think they went back to the drawing board. They got a new director. I forgot who the new director is, but
Mm.
um I mean I think that's good. If that don't put out no subpar Blade. I mean the
Yeah,
last
please
Blade movie
don't.
was subpar anyway.
Rather to
So
watch Wesley Snipes and the
yeah,
old ones.
right. Except three was garbage.
Yeah.
Um, but
See,
yeah,
friends in the trilogy of the series would be terrible, man.
not all the time. Not
Not all the time, but
what was it?
what was Mission Impossible 3?
Mission Impossible 3 was dope. That shit saved the whole franchise.
Yeah, I had to think about it. Yeah.
Because Mission Impossible 2 was terrible.
Nah, 2 was bad.
2 was like long and there was no action in it.
Let me think of another bad 3.
Oh, it's not too many bad 3s.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
A bad 3. Who? Who?
I was just thinking like a third movie. I said Spider-Man 3, but it wasn't too bad.
It's not as bad as it.
It was cringy watching Tobey Maguire just strut on like and dance.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't terrible. I think it was as far as action goes, it was better than 2. 2 didn't have nothing.
Yeah.
2 drug, yo, like that shit was boring.
2 was dragging it.
3. A bad 3. A bad 3. Bad 3. I'm trying to I can't even think of what was does Fast and Furious count? Was it Tokyo Drift? That was the 3. That was 3, right?
Yep. Yeah, the complete flop.
That was a bad 3.
I feel like
Nobody was in that motherfucker.
I don't like how like 1, 2, and everything besides 3 featured the same character.
Right.
I feel like after Han died, they was just like, all right, they tied it in to make it seem well, but it was still a bad movie.
Speaking of characters in Fast and Furious, have you seen all these people that's in Fast and Furious? The next one?
There's another one coming out.
Yeah, the 10th. It's gonna be Fast
there
10.
is.
Yeah. Have you
No, I
seen
haven't.
the
I
bro?
haven't heard anything.
Bro, it is so many people in this damn movie. It don't make no sense. Bro, look at this. I'm on IMDb, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, you know who Helen Mirren is?
Helen Mirren.
Yeah. She played what's her name's mom? The British dude. She played their mom in the last Fast and Furious movies.
Oh yeah. Okay, she's in it.
She's in
She's in it again.
She's in it again.
Queenie?
Charlize Theron. Yeah, Queenie. Charlize Theron is back in it. Have you seen Reacher, the TV show?
Mm-mm.
Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I heard it.
Well, the dude that plays Reacher is in it.
Right.
Is
Okay.
in the new Fast and Furious. Brie Larson, you may know her from as being Captain Marvel. She's in it.
Yeah.
Obviously Rochelle Rodriguez is in it. Rita Moreno, the old actress.
Yeah. Yeah. What?
Natalie Emmanuel, she's Ramsey.
Yeah.
Jason Momoa.
Wait, what?
Vin Diesel, obviously.
Wait, why is Momoa in there?
Yeah, exactly. Jordana Brewster, which is Brian's wife. She's back.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Michael Rooker, you might know him as being what was his name? Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy. Yondu was in this thing. Scott Eastwood, Little Nobody. You remember him from the movie? He's back in it.
Yeah.
Some chick named Daniela Melchior. I don't know who that is, but she's in it. Tyrese is back. Han is back. Oh, you're gonna like this one. Cardi B is in this thing.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Like I just like
Ludacris is back.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I don't understand where are these people, like how did all these people fit in this movie? And then what
John West Jr. and Eva Mendes is in here?
in Fast 10?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
What are you looking? I'm on IMDb. IMDb, you know that's official.
Yeah, I need to go. Yeah.
Because I don't see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm just looking at cast of all Fast movies.
Yeah.
Top credits, writers, stars.
Anyway.
Okay.
Anyway, there you go, people. The Rellovent Podcast. We just ran down the NFL Divisional Round for this week. You had our Scream 6 trailer reactions and a whole bunch of talk about nothing, but you was entertained. You liked it. That's why you stayed around. But anyway, catch us next week on the Rellovent Podcast. And on that note, we out.